Greetings YouTube, Simon here, welcome back to Final Fantasy VIII Remastered, and in today's guide we're going to be starting a brand new side quest. This is the Chocobo side quest. Chocobos of course are a familiar face here in the Final Fantasy franchise, and Final Fantasy VIII is no different. Now, the side quest that involves Chocobos in FF8 is a little bit different, however, because we have to actually find these various Chocobo Forests, and I believe there are 6 in total, plus a special one after that, and we have to be able to catch a Chocobo in each of them, which means we have to undergo a series of puzzles. However, once we've caught a Chocobo in each of these forests, we are able to unlock some unique, well, not necessarily unique, but some rewards. And I'll be showing you how to get those rewards throughout these episodes. So we're going to go through the forests in order, starting with the beginning forest or the beginner forest, and then moving on to the more advanced forests as we progress. Now you will need to be able to access the mobile version of Balam in order to do this side quest, since we'll need to move around the world. But if you don't want to start this until later, then there's nothing to stop you doing that either. This is just basically the soonest you can start this side quest. Seeing as how there are item rewards though, obviously the sooner you do this the better. Now, the beginning forest, the first one we're going to be undertaking, is right next to Shumi Village. So I'll just show you where that is on the map, just up here north on the furthest continent towards the north, and literally just next to Shumi Village, over to the west a little bit, is the first forest. And all you need to do is enter in to this section of the world map to go into that area. Now you can tell Chocobo Forests apart from other forests on the world map because they have these unique round dome-like designs to them. Those are the Chocobo Forests. Okay, let's head inside our first. And in each Chocobo Forest we'll find Choco Boy. Now, one thing to note as well, in the original Final Fantasy VIII, the Chocobo side quest was tied also to the Chocobo World minigame on the Pocket Station, but that isn't applicable to the remastered version, so I won't be talking about that. We'll just be getting the extra rewards and stuff from the items you can get from each of the forests. Now, when we speak to Choco Boy here, he's going to tell us the rules of the puzzle. We're going to select yes on that, and then he's going to tell us about the Choco Whistle. Once we ask him if he's going to charge us, he tells us he isn't going to charge us for the whistle, but he is going to charge us 1,000 gil to learn how to use them. Let's just go ahead and pay that. So you don't have to. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and share with you exactly how this works, this puzzle, and as long as you do everything that I do, then you shouldn't have too much of an issue. So the general concept is that we're going to be blowing the whistle to drop these baby chocobos down, known as Chocobos. And once there's only one Chocobo left in an area, then the mother Chocobo, oh, so many Chocobos and Chocobos, gets confusing. The mother Chocobo will then come, worried about the little one, and then you've caught it, you've completed the puzzle, but then you can go ahead and get any items that are in the area using the Chocobo that you've caught. Right, so one thing to note, it's very important that you don't use the Choco Zinger whistle. That's the second whistle. If there's nothing that suggests to you that there's actually a Chocobo or Chocobo in that part of the area, otherwise you will lose that whistle and you'll have to pay 700 gil for a new one. If all that sounds really confusing, do not worry, just do exactly what I do now once all of the dialogue is completed. So, incidentally, what we need to do is go to specific areas where the Chocobos are located and call them down. Now, fortunately, it's fixed for every forest, so it's not like randomised or anything, which means that where I go, you just need to go. Now, if we press square, we can open the menu to select which whistle we want to use, and you're always going to want to start with the Choco Sonar. When you hold circle down on the controller now, you'll be able to see if there's anything nearby. And you can see we're fairly close to something. The detector bar at the bottom is buzzing a little bit, but it's not really that full, so we're not going to choose anything here. What we're going to do is make our way over here into this section, and look at that. Okay, so the bar is basically full, the sound has changed, and that indicates that there is indeed something here. So once again, we're going to press square. This time, we're going to select the catch option. Now, this is the one where if there's nothing to catch, you will lose your Choco Xena Whistle and have to purchase a new one. Once we've selected the second whistle, we're going to press circle once more. And because we know that there's something to catch here, indeed, little Chocobo pops down to say hello. Just like that. And now what we're going to do is just speak to him normally. And because he's the only little Chocobo chick present on the field, that will mean that we've done the puzzle that will bring the mother Chocobo, the Chocobo that we actually want, into the picture here. Now, we can go ahead and speak to the Chocobo. We can ride it, and that will take us back onto the world map where we can actually stay on the Chocobo and move about on it if we want to. But before we do that, there's one more thing we do need to do, and that's to collect the treasure. So this is what you can do once you've got the mother Chocobo on the in the forest. You need to just repeat the same process, but instead we're getting treasures instead of Chocobos. So we'll make sure that we're once again on detection, Choco sonar. And if we head over to where Squall is now, you can see that's where we need to be. So if we go ahead and select catch and press circle once more, that will bring the mother Chocobo over to see if she can dig anything up. And since we know that we're in the correct location, we do. We get an Aura Stone, which is the sole reward for this first forest. Now, since we've caught the Chocobo, you can go ahead and ride it, though you don't have to, of course. It's possible you get a trophy. I'm trying to remember the trophy list here for the first time we ride a Chocobo, so it is worth doing at least for that. So this is the whole Choco World thing. It really, yeah, there's the trophy. It really doesn't make any difference what we name Boko because we can't use him in Chocobo World because he doesn't exist in the remastered version. So yeah, make sure you ride the first Chocobo for the very least of unlocking the trophy. Though you don't have to, you can ride them later on when you actually need to and still get that trophy, of course. Hey, look, Boko actually follows us around as well, which is pretty darn awesome. Bum, 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 bum. Get the lovely music, of course. Can this Chocobo go anywhere special? Yeah, so Chocobos can go over shallow water, but not deep water. But they're pretty useful for manoeuvring around various locations later on, especially when we don't have access to Balam Garden or any other vehicle. There are specific instances where you are going to need to use Chocobos, but I'll mention those when need be. Alright then, going to head over to the next location now. See you there. So coming south from the northernmost continent, you're going to head around the west side of this continent, around this little section here, and then you'll find the beach onto the grassy area, and then over in the snowy area you'll find our second forest. Now I do recommend before going into each forest that you go ahead and make a save file. Just kind of makes sense should anything go wrong, of course. But to be honest, this second forest isn't really all that challenging, it's got to be said. Still, you never know what's going to happen. So once we get inside, Choco Boy will greet us once more. We don't need him to explain. I think we're just going to continue on exactly as we did before. And let's just turn off the high-speed thingy-majig thing. We go ahead and make sure we're on detection, which we should be. Okay, so just around here, you can see that everything goes crazy. So once again, we're going to go ahead and catch. Here comes the first Chocobo, along with two others as well. That's actually, you know, the major part of this puzzle solved at this point. We're going to head back to detection here. And then we're going to, remember, we've got to just get one before we speak to them. Go over to this location. And we're going to select catch. And off go the first two. Here's the third. So we'll speak to that one. And here comes our Chocobo. Now, what we're going to do, back at detection, you'll see the item is located just here. So let's go ahead and catch. And the item reward this time is a flare stone. Alright then guys, well, two down. Let's head over to the next. Okay, so our third Chocobo Forest is a little bit trickier than the others, but follow what I do and hopefully you should be fine. But once again, to make sure you save before going in. And just to clarify where we are, we're just to the northeast of Trebia Garden, so a little bit over from where we were with our second. And this is our third snowy Chocobo Forest, in fact. I guess Chocobos like the cold, don't they? So it would seem anyhow. Once again, we get the option if we want to have the explanation. I don't particularly want that. So we'll select no. And this is also notable because it's the first forest to have Chocobos already present at the start of the puzzle. Now we're going to again select our detection sonar. And you have to get quite close to the Chocobo in order to get the detection to activate. So just remember that, because you do have to move away, otherwise you'll talk to it. There we go. Now, you can actually go close to the other Chocobo to get rid of both of these. You don't have to do this one. It doesn't really make much difference, to tell you the truth. Let's just head back to detection at this point. And we're going to move to around here. Yep, that seems to be the right location. So let's go to catch. And this time 3 drop down. Don't worry, that's perfectly expected. We're going to go back to detection. This time we're going to head over here. Now be careful because you actually leave the area if you're not paying attention. And that'll reset the puzzle. You have to get quite close to the exit. See? About there. And that's where we're going to change it back over to the Choco Zinger. And down comes little Chocobo. And now we can go ahead at this point and just speak to either this one or this one. Well, not speak, but, you know, use the Choco Zinger. So let's just check we've got the right location. Yep, right next to that one that we did at the start. And they should all go up now. Yep, leaving us with our soul Chocobo down south. And if we speak to it... down comes the large Chocobo, yay! And that just leaves us with one final task for this particular forest, and that's getting our item reward. Which is close to here. Although, as you can see, a little bit tricky to pinpoint. Ah, there we go. Just behind the Chocobo itself. Whoop-de-doo-dah! And we get a shell stone and a holy stone. Yay! 2 item rewards. Lovely stuff. Alright guys, well that's 3 Chocobo Forests down. And that's probably a fantastic opportunity to take a break here. So you guys can go and, you know, do what you want to do. I can get myself a nice cup of tea before we finish off this little side quest. And get some more rewards. So I hope you guys will come back and join me for that. I'll see you then. Take care.